Okay, this is what I found out when I went to college. Let me tell you what happened. Okay, I left, as I told you, I became a Muslim. I left the first organization I was with, and I went back to school to obtain my master's degree. Okay. When I went to Southern University to get my master's degree, I was a master's student, and I was given an office, and I was given a computer. This happened. You can call Dr. Faisley and something to verify this. I'm not making this up. My computer had a code name. The code name on my computer at Southern was Saturn. So if you know, when I was at the university, if you was trying to reach me, okay, you know, there were other computers. One was called Katrina. You know, there was a lot of computer names. For whatever reason, my professor, who was from Iran, he assigned me the computer, and my computer code word was Saturn. So when you wanted to reach Kevin Muhammad at Southern University, if you were trying to send me a message, you had to type in code word Saturn. This happened. This is in 2000, I guess 2008, 2007 when I went back to get my master's degree from Southern University. So my code word at Southern was Saturn. And my master advisor for my master's degree in physics was Dr. Faisley. He's from Iran. What does this mean? Well, whenever Dr. Faisley was from Iran, whenever he would call my name, he wouldn't say Kevin. He would say Kevin, right? He would say it funny because he was from Iran. Well, I mean, that didn't really, it didn't really mean much. I knew he had an accent, but what does all this got to do with what I'm talking about to you tonight about the science of seven? Well, I'm trying to tell you about myself and what I'm looking at. Okay, my code name at Southern was Saturn. Okay? Now, my professor who gave me that computer with the code name Saturn was from Iran. Okay. Now, if you or I go to the country of Iran, whom America is thinking about attacking right now, you hear rumors about they're going to war with Iran. Iran this, Iran that. Well, if you go to Iran and you say my name, Kevin, you say, hey, Kevin, come here. Or you say, hey, Kevin. Now, if you are an Iranian, if you are in Iran, you speak Farsi, or if you're in Iran, if somebody says my name in Iran, you look up in the sky. Why would somebody in Iran, if you say Kevin, would look in the sky? Because the word Kevin, K-E-V-A-N, in Iran means Saturn. It's a planet. So wherever you call my name, you're calling me Saturn. Kevin, Saturn. Same thing in Iran. So when my professor, obviously when I enrolled in Southern University to get my master's degree in physics, and he gave me my computer, I guess he was trying to show me something. and I got it. My name is Saturn in Iran. Okay? So what's going on? My name Kevin means Saturn in Iran. Right. Okay. What are they doing over there in Mecca? One moment. What are they doing over there in Iran? They're making 7 circles around a black cube that's symbolic of the planet Saturn. And they kiss the sun. Right? Well, who is the sun? Who is the lamb that's been raised from the dead? Who is that? One moment. Now, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, when he went and made his pilgrimage to Mecca, the Honorable Elijah, now this is the audio that you can't hear because I can't get into the conference room. But I'm paraphrasing. This is from the Theology of Time. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said the following. He said he went to Mecca. He said he made 7 circles around the Kaaba. And he said he kissed the stone. He said he didn't like to kiss it because he knew what it meant. He said, this is a sign of me. This is me you kissing over there. Now, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was a black man from America. And what he told us is that the black stone in Mecca was a sign of him, or you can say a sign of the black man in America. Okay? Making 7 circles and bowing and kissing a stone, you know, that black stone in the Kaaba of Mecca is symbolic of the Lord. Okay? Now, what is going on here? Well, what happened in 1930 with Master Farad Muhammad? In 1930, Master Farad Muhammad appeared here in Detroit, Michigan. Okay? He came to Detroit and gave the Honorable Elijah Muhammad the knowledge of himself, and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad raised the nation of Islam. And we say that Master Farad Muhammad is Allah. Right? Yet, Allah left Mecca and came to Detroit, Michigan. Right? Allah, now, the people of the earth, the Muslims of the earth, leave their homes and they go to Mecca, yet Allah left Mecca and came to Detroit, Michigan. And what did he do? Master Farad Muhammad kissed us. He gave us the knowledge of ourselves. He started the resurrection. He started teaching Elijah Muhammad in 1931, but he appeared in Detroit July 4th, 1930. There's something strange going on here. The Muslims travel from around the world, and they go to Mecca to kiss the black stone. Master Farad Muhammad left Mecca and came to America and kissed the black stone. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Let's continue. One moment. Now, let's talk about this. Now, Saturn, it takes 365 days for the planet Earth to make one revolution around the sun. Okay? 365 days is 1 year for us to make one revolution around the sun. Okay? Now, the planet Saturn, do you know how long it takes the planet Saturn to make one revolution around the sun? It takes Saturn 29 years, or 29 Earth years, to make one complete circle around the sun. Now, I told you that Saturn represents, is symbolically represented in Mecca, with the Muslims going around the cube, Saturn, and kissing the stone. Okay? Now, Saturn takes 29 years to make one revolution around the sun. Okay? Let me tell you something else that's interesting that I found out, or that I've observed. Now, the Son of Man, or the Lamb, you know, is the judge, the one raised from the dead. What do I mean? Let me show you. One moment. Just a second. Let me pull it up real quick. One second. I want to tell you where I don't want to quote it. What I want to do is tell you where you can go and see this in the Bible. Just a second. I think it's in John, but let me find it for you real quick. Okay. If you would turn to John in the Bible, chapter 5, verse 22. That's John chapter 5, verse 22. It reads as follows. For the Father judgeth no man, but hath committed all judgment unto the Son. So the Lord, the Son of Man, the Lamb, is the judge. Right? Okay. According to the Scripture. The Son is the judge. Right? Okay. Let's get back to Saturn. The planet Saturn takes 29 years to go around the Sun. Okay? 29 Earth years to make one revolution. Okay? Okay, now, we know that the Sun is the judge, right? All right. Let's talk about this. And I told you that the planet Saturn is in Iran, it means it's Kevin. Okay? So, I could tell you this, if I was in Iran, I would tell you that it takes 29 years for Kevin to go around the sun. Right? If I say Kevin, Saturn, the same thing. All right. Now, I was born, this is me talking here. I'm just showing you some stuff I'm looking at. And next week, God willing, you'll be able to get on the radio, because I'm going to open up the line for questions, and you can get me straight. The lines will be open, and you can correct me. But let me tell you what I'm looking at. And believe me, if I'm wrong, please call next week and straighten me out. I was born in 1973. Okay? Okay, what does this mean? Well, in the year 2000, I graduated from law school. Okay, I became a lawyer, got my law degree. Right? In this society that I live in order for you to become a judge in this society, you got to go to law school. You got to get a degree, a Juris Doctorate in law. You have to pass the bar. And, I guess with a little experience, you can run for judge or be appointed as a judge. Okay? That's how you become a judge in America. You go to law school, you get your law degree, you pass the bar, and you run for office or you get appointed. Okay? Now, I was born in 1973. Okay? In the year 2000, I was 27 years old. Right? Okay. Now, I graduated from law school in the year 2000 at 27. I did not pass the bar in the year 2000. I did not pass the bar the second time in 2001. I did not get admitted to the bar until September of 2001. Matter of fact, when I passed the bar, that's when 9/11 hit. 9/11 hit, and about 2 weeks later, Mississippi Bar released me. So I was beginning to wonder if the Mississippi Bar was doing this to me on purpose. So I'm not a dummy. I'm like, why in the world is it taking me? Why I keep taking this bar over and over again? I couldn't figure it out. I'm not used to failing, but that's another story. So 9/11 hit in 2001, and about a week or two later, the Mississippi Bar released me, allowed me to, it gave me my bar license. Now, that was in 2001, September. Okay, and my first year of practice was 2001. So from September 2001 to September 2002 was my first year. Okay, so when I completed my first year of practicing law, I was 29 years old. I turned 29 in the year 2002. Okay, now, so it took me roughly, it took me 29 years. It took me 29 years to become a lawyer. It took me 29 years to be qualified to be a judge. Okay, just like the planet Saturn. So as Saturn was taken from 1973, one revolution of the planet Saturn around the sun, it took me 29 years, like the planet Saturn, to become qualified to be a lawyer and a judge. Just like the planet Saturn. Okay? One moment. Now, let's talk about this a little bit more. Now, one moment. I'm not a Mason, but the word Mason means Muslim son. That's what the word Mason means. I have a cousin there in Detroit named, I don't think named Lorenzo. He's a Mason. Okay? So Mason means Muslim son. Okay? Now, there are 33 degrees of Masonry, right? Okay, one moment. Now, just a second. Just a second. Okay, there are 33 degrees to become a Mason, right? Okay. Now, what's the 33rd degree? Well, you might be familiar with the first 3 degrees of Masonry, okay? So Masonry has 33 degrees, right? So what's the 33 degree of Masonry? Let me tell you. Let's go here to page 491. I already know it. I just want to read it for you. Okay. Now, in masonry, the highest level that you can reach is the 33rd degree. And what is that degree called? The 33rd degree of masonry is the sovereign grand inspector general or judge.